welcome back to a new video. I'm going to read 3 Colleen Hoover's book. I was just wondering what the hype was about. I chose Ugly Love, It Ends With Us and Reminders of Him because the 2 first books have been so much talked about in book talk, and the last one, Reminders of Him, is actually her last book. I think she's going to publish It Start With Us, which is the sequel to It End With Us, in October, but for now, Reminders of Him is her last book. I started reading Ugly Love. I'm going to read for the first time a Colleen Hoover book. I heard so much about her book. Apparently those books make everyone cry. I cry a lot, so I'm scared. I'm very much scared to read It Ends With Us because I saw Alicia Marie reaction to the end and she was sobbing. I'm sorry, it's like midnight, so I only have my LED light. I'm reading on my Kindle and we are starting with Ugly Love. If I'm not mistaken, this is about Tate and Miles. I'm very excited to see what this is about. I'm going to get new glasses, but I think I'm at chapter, let me see. I am 29% in. I'm at chapter 11. I have a lot of thoughts about this book. Clearly, there's this whole love at first sight with Rachel. I didn't know this was like the point of view of Tate currently and his point of view of 6 years ago when he had this whole relationship with Rachel. I clearly do not think that his relationship with Rachel was healthy, and I do not think that what Tate is doing is healthy because clearly she wants to give him sex and is saying that only sex is fine. She has this state of mind that giving that to him will lead to having more, which I think is just going to bite her in the ass in the end, like it does for a lot of people. I kind of feel bad because I understand why she wants to believe that she has the possibility to date him, but at the same time I'm like, dude, the first time you met him he literally was crying over Rachel, so clearly he's not over this, and you want to get him to have to be committed emotionally to you, and you know that it was 6 years ago because he told you that he didn't do anything with anyone for 6 years. So that means that it's been 6 years for him being this attached about this woman. So clearly the guy needs some help. I feel like I'm watching a plane that is ready to crash, but the writing is really good. I really like it. I will continue reading after, even though I need to study. Don't mind the mess right there, but Miles, he's so obsessed with Rachel. I'm gonna say Rachel is dead. I am wondering if she's, because he was saying sorry, blah 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 blah. I don't see him cheating on her. Maybe car accident where he was driving, so that's why he's sorry. Or they got into a fight, either between themselves or with the parents, and she left and she died. Oh my gosh, I currently hate the guy. As you can tell, it was quite a read for me. I had a lot of trouble understanding why so many people were so in love with this book, and then I remember how much I liked after the first time I read it. Now we all know how problematic it is, and I honestly think that it is the same thing for Ugly Love. So many people put it on a pedestal because it is a good book, it is very well written, but the story is it's about a toxic couple who seems like it's not toxic when it actually is. I recently read Magnolia Parks, which is a book about a toxic couple, but this one compared to Ugly Love, it specifically says that it is a toxic couple. That's the problematic of their relationship. They both know that they are toxic for each other. In Ugly Love, they're acting like it's okay, it's romanticized, it's love. Love is like this. It's normal to be this way. I don't want to say too much, but I do not think that Ugly Love is an amazing book. It's definitely not on my top 5. I know I need to stop filming at night. I'm going to start It End With Us by Colleen Hoover. I know there is a trigger warning about a abusive relationship, and I know that this kind of books I would not usually go to. Just from the beginning, I swear to God, if she ends up killing herself, it would be such a good end of the circle. I don't know how to speak English. Why is this always the doctors? It's the next day. I just came back from my internship. They barely talk to each other. In real life, I know how those type of relationship end up. Like, passion is fun. You know what the worst part is? I kind of like him for now. Okay, chapter 23. One of the worst things I ever had to read. It is so well done, honestly. The way she's describing it is really, really good. I really hope she's not killing herself at the end. This is getting worse and worse. I don't want to read this book. It End With Us was actually a totally different story. It seems very real. I even said that one of the chapters was a bit too much for me. I've never been in this situation, and it just felt a bit too real. And when I read the epilogue, I was like, that's why it felt that way. It was an amazing book. I didn't like the way Atlas was. Just people almost painted him as the savior, when in reality Lily saved herself. Finally, we are at the last book I'm going to react to in this video. This is Reminders of Him. This is about Kenna. If I'm thinking, knowing that I don't know anything, just Reminders of Him, you know, this is going to be romance because it's Colleen Hoover's book. I would believe that she was with someone who died and that she is pregnant or was pregnant when he died, so now she has to live with the child who is a reminder of him. I'm still very excited to read this book. I don't know why, but this cover, the cover of this book and the cover of the book Comfort, I really like them. The more I'm talking, the more I'm like disappearing. I'm gonna start reading it and hope that I will like it. Someone has to explain to me why at the beginning of every single Colleen Hoover's book someone dies. No, we have Ledger. I wouldn't think that we would be introduced to a male character so soon. The way she described him when she came back to his bar, how he was pointing at people and they were just doing the thing that he wanted them to do for him. I don't know why, I just imagine him with like tentacles. The last book I read was Reminders of Him. I really almost cried. It was a very emotional book. I love it. One thing I realized in the past few months is that I absolutely love mother-daughter relationship in books. I don't know why. This is something that I've been really loving. I loved it in The Soulmate Equation and in Things We Never Got Over. Those are two of my 5-star books. I didn't feel much while reading it because I was really thinking about how to forgive someone who has done, who you think has done something terrible to you, but also the whole mother-daughter. This was a very heavy topic, I think. I personally think it was well done. I would recommend people starting with Reminders of Him. It End With Us is a little bit triggering, I think. More so than Reminders of Him. Obviously it depends on people and what happen in their life. I also realized that with Colleen Hoover's books, you absolutely need to read trigger warning because some of them are... I am currently reading Verity because my best friend absolutely loved it and I heard a lot about it. But this one is so weird. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe and put a thumbs up. If you want me to discover another author's book, don't hesitate and put it in the comments. Bye!